Hey, everybody. Welcome to Just a Little More. This is our first show, right?
I know I'm excited.
And this show is going to be really great because you're going to get to know a little bit more about me and Ray, hear a little bit more about our story and why we created the show. And we're really, really excited and a little nervous. So if you see some bumps, don't be shady, okay? Just love us and support us through it. But we wanted to create this show because we wanted to have a platform where we could do just a little bit more understanding. A lot of us have good conversations, but we need a little bit more understanding. I love a little tea, so I always say just a little more tea, a little more conversation. And I always love love, so just a little more love. So that was one of the biggest reasons why it's called Just a Little More. You see, you get it, huh? Ray, you got it. You feeling it?
I'm excited.
Yeah, as you can see throughout the journey, he has been a hater. He is a hater. So you probably see that. But Ray, how do you feel about, I guess, doing this? I know for both of us, this is kind of out of the comfort zone. So how do you feel?
I feel fine. It is really out of the comfort zone. Sharing myself with the world, getting to know me, opening up. So I'm excited about this new experience, though. What about you?
I am. I really, really am. Like you, a lot of, we come from the South and
Yeah,
a lot of different
yeah.
perspectives of what we should be and what we should do. And so it's going to be a different to kind of be in this place of being free and open and kind of just telling our different points of view. I just want to point out everyone, let's look back in his background. As you can see, it's a lot of oh.
To help me get through this.
Yes.
To help me get out of this.
We actually grab your cocktail, grab you something to calm you so you can be a part of this journey with us, calm yourself down, so you can relax and enjoy it as well. Okay, so just a little bit more information. See, you got that? Okay. Just a little more information about the show, and then we're going to kind of talk about who me and Ray are and our friendship, because it's been a journey, and kind of what the show is going to kind of come to and what we're going to try to do with the show. But I had a conversation with Ray. It was in the middle of the pandemic. As y'all all know, it's a pandemic out there. And I called Ray one day and I said, girl, we should start a podcast. He was like, yeah, that sounds amazing. That's great. We should do it. And then I think we stopped talking and started eating chicken. And then later on, I come back and I said, Ray, I think this is something we really should do. I said, because me and him have really great conversations. We have really great friends who you'll probably see throughout this journey too. Who have great insight as well. And we just thought it would be a great time for them to hear your point of view and to hear point of view, especially from people of color, Black gay men. As a Black gay man, I wanted to make sure that this was a platform where people can feel safe and share their point of view and not feel like they're pigeonholed or bogged down. And I wanted to be in a place where not only just Black gay men, but all people of color, or just all people can come together and share their point of view and perspective. I really love Black people and people of color. So you'll see a lot of them on Just a Little More. So that's just a little bit more perspective, but because I did a lot of talking. Raymond, when was the day, when did you have the pleasure, the honor of getting to know one?
Well, it was coincidence. It didn't happen on purpose. And I don't even think it was meant to happen. It was my sophomore year of high school, sitting in Ms. Ross' class. And that's where our friendship had started from. Yeah, you were like a second year senior.
Don't try it now. Yes, I was a very, prominent, very cool kid in high school. And so everyone wanted to sit back by me. I sat in the back row and I didn't sing. I didn't do none of the, I didn't even sing. I was in there just talking. And so Ray would come.
Trying to get that credit.
Yeah, I was just trying to. And Ray came and I remember Ray, because Ray has always looked the same. I think you've always looked grown.
Young.
But yeah, he did have like hair, so he did have there was the Beijing before it was Beijing. And so we would sit down in the back and just cut up and laugh the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
But fast forward, like I went to college, being a successful
Barely.
scholar, killing this thing. I went to college, and here comes this little boy.
The baddest.
Trying to get into school. And oh my God, what year was that? I think I was.
That was 2000. That was 2007. Yeah. Well, no, so we went to school in Kentucky. I visited the school in 2008 in February. So we went to Berea College, a little liberal arts college in Kentucky.
Shout out to Berea.
And woo woo. And they have this historic weekend where they invite a lot of minority students up. Fortunately, I was one to come out and learn about the school and everything, and we kind of reconnected from that. Jonathan was way older. About to graduate. But I just had a really great time, and then spent a lot of time, ACTs and all that was coming about. So making sure that school is right so I can get into Berea. But I literally probably stressed.
Well, they probably was on that 0 level. Yeah. So he was praying. He was like, please.
He ain't lying. So I probably message Jonathan once a week. And then one time he cussed me out. And then the rest is history.
But one thing about Ray, though, Ray has always been a considerate person. I remember when he stayed over there, even though he burnt. Yeah, let me tell you 2 stories about Ray. Ray put the iron his clothes, and the iron messed up my rug.
It was a cheap rug from Dollar Store.
It was $9 long. But I remember after he stayed up there, he sent me a card, y'all. I thought that was so sweet. He sent the card and just said, thank you for opening.
I sure did. I sure did.
For the longest, and I think I just lost it. Like when I moved to Georgia, I had the card for the longest.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I remember.
Yeah. So he sent the card saying thank you for staying. So I was like, let me make sure, I help this young girl. Let me help her to get in school. But I
did it by myself. So
the one thing I always say though is that Ray. It's like he came and, he was staying with me and he let me stay with him. Well, he stayed with me and, he helped himself get in school because he was, he was a great student. But, I did my part on my end, to be able to make sure he in school. But it turned around literally years later. You did the same thing for me when I moved to DC. Like, it's just amazing.
I didn't even think about it like that. It's so funny. I didn't even think about it like that.
Yeah, like he had moved to DC. What did you tell her, right? You had already moved to DC.
Yeah, so I've been in DC for 7 years, going on 8. I moved up here in 2013. Me and one of my other good friends, one of my best friends, Corey. I'll probably meet him later on.
He definitely will be.
And so I think Jonathan was kind of like at a crossroads of what he wanted to do. And I was like, well, just come to DC.
That's what we call it. It was depression. Trying to figure it out.
And I was like, why don't you just come to DC? And he was like, I don't know about that. I said, well, just come up. Like, at the time, Corey and I was living together. He was like, we don't care. Just stay with us. The space is really big. You can just stay with us. Packed his stuff up and he came on up. He only came with 1 suitcase, 3 pair of underwear, 2 pair of jeans, 1 pair of shoes,
and a whole
hella Bible, like 6 Bibles.
Just listen, I knew I needed Jesus. I knew I needed him.
Mm-hmm. And came up in that Lexus.
Came up in that Lexus and baby prayed that it would make it all the way to DC. And I remember, because I think when I finally made the decision, I was like I told you, it was a crossroad. And I remember Ray don't know. Like that, I was really depressed. I had just got done with grad school. You thinking like, oh, I'm finna get my job. I'm about to make this money. You know what I'm saying? But then after that, I was like, oh, I ain't making no money. I'm sitting at home in my mom in the basement. Shout out to my mom and them because they did bless me, let me live there. But I wouldn't, you don't feel cute when you live at home with your mom and them. And I need to
That's
shout
true.
out to some people who staying at home with them, not taking care of your mom and them, but you just living at home with them and you still trying to date. You ain't cute. So I didn't
Mm-mm.
feel any cuteness, no date part, anything. So it was just kind of like sitting, and Ray was just like, come on up. You should come. And so I took him up on his offer, and literally he opened his doors. I stayed in the living room, and him and Corey literally made me feel at home. And, it was
He
a
used to get mad at me because he was looking for a job, and then I would come home. How was your day?
no, he would ask me, y'all, to
But it
anybody,
wasn't. I wasn't trying to be shady or nothing.
to anybody who has ever looked for a job, you know how that struggle is when you just be like looking every day, and everybody saying no, no, and then my friend he coming on, he trying to be encouraging. He was like, "Friend, how was your day?" I was like, "It wasn't good. It was actually horrible." I was gonna get a job at the gas station. Like nothing wrong with working at the gas station, but I was like, "Listen, I'm gonna work there." Every day. I would get up early, try to look for jobs, go look for a job, and hear no, no, and no. Eventually, I found something, but child, that took a season.
Yeah, when he got the job, he was like, Ray, it really hurt my feelings that you kept asking me. I thought I was just being a good friend.
So if you ask your friend that now, please, please wait and let them tell you. Oh, you have a,
I was a
I'm
little
still
thirsty.
finding halfway. You're okay.
You said this isn't the judgment, John. I'm about to be like Nene.
What is that? Like
Be like,
So this is another good segue, Ray. I have a question for you. And this kind of talks about our DC, journeys as we evolve. Raymond was so mean to me in life. You know what I'm saying? No, honestly, I wanted to bring this up in our journey because this brings us even while we're here now. Like me, I think like any friend, you have a moment. Issa and Molly are doing it right now on Insecure if you're watching it. But they have a moment where you and your friend kind of have I would say a disconnect, or like y'all have a fight. Like y'all really just like not feeling each other, and you're not kind of gelling well. And we had that moment where 2016, 2016.
yeah, 2016.
2017, and it was hard. It was a hard place to be in when you and your friend, because literally, like me and Ray talk every day. We still do it now. Like I have to check in with him and see what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Like we talk about, even if it ain't nothing like
even if it's 30 seconds for a minute, it don't even matter how long it is.
It don't matter because like raising at my family, my mom and them, like I know
Same thing.
When like we ain't like those cute friends that you see at the club. You be like, oh, my best. Like no, that's my friend. Like he knows stuff that if we we get famous, we got to do a non-disclosure. Like, like I think having that moment when you had a disconnect with friends, I don't know, girl. I guess I'm just saying from my perspective. How did that make? I guess that moment make you feel like. What was your thoughts on that?
It was hard, especially even like we got into it over. I went through some stuff with some relationships. Jonathan was trying to it was just not on common grounds.
Yeah.
And it was very hard because it's somebody that I talk to all the time, and he's my confidant about like everything. So it's hard for me to open up. It's really hard for me to open up, and so for me to like push through and to lose that, really, I felt a little lonely.
Yeah.
And I feel like we both have seen our faults in the situation and have grown a lot from it. And has been able to like move on, but at first it was a struggle. Almost like I didn't have, I'm not gonna say my mother because Jonathan's not like a mother figure to me, but somebody that you love so much. It was almost like almost losing that. But I always felt like it was something that we could fix. I always felt like this was nothing that we couldn't move past, but we had to really talk about it.
Yeah.
to get through it. And we were able to hear from her. And at first, Jonathan was like, well, he wanted to knee me everything. But we ain't got to talk every day. We can talk every now and then. So every now and then was 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Then it was weekly. And now we're back to being normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to always tell Ray this, and I used to always say, not everybody can walk with you, but those a little tighter and you proceed on. Like Ray he is that person. Like he really was. And
yeah, same.
When we didn't talk, like, you'll be strong, like, I'm good. You got other people, who are trying, but they're not Ray. You know what I'm saying? Like
and then people would be like, what, Jonathan? He good.
Yeah.
I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what was going on.
Everything.
But what you're not going to do is talk about my best friend.
Like, I can't. I can't get mad. Even them, he good. Don't you dare say nothing, because that was
the only thing I want to do. The only thing I want to do is hide a body for his ass.
Girl, you gonna do what's that show on TV One for your man? You gonna do for your friend? You ain't gonna have nobody.
Bitch, I'm not going to jail.
Yeah, no, my skin is too soft. You listen. But that's
I'm not going to jail.
It's like Ray's like that. He's my life friend. He's a brother, and so when you don't have that, when you're like, he said it all, like, and when we were able to just come to a place and reconcile and heal and just be like, at the end of the year, Ray's like, and I remember Tierney, shout out to Tierney if you're looking at the table. She was saying, she's like, John, that's your best friend. Like, that's your brother. Like, you gonna get over this. And I was like, no. Because, see, listen, I'm so, and I'll try to be strong. Like, I don't need, and then I'll come back and be like, you're right. That is my best friend. And literally it came to pass. And we, like he said, and then we got back.
And then the main issue was we didn't listen to each other.
Yes.
Yeah, that was the main thing.
Fun, but not really listening to understand each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is because I had my perspective, you had your perspective, and we really weren't able to come to a common ground. And I think they always say time heals it. Time really does. I think as you grow up and you mature and you realize, like, no, really, he's trying to say something to you, and you need to see that what he's saying. And really, on both sides, you're not right. You're not always right in this.
Yeah.
You were wrong. You had your wrongdoings in it. And, for me, because I'm always right, that was a little hard. That was a little hard, but I had to really, you're right. It really was us listening and taking that moment to just be like, that makes sense. I understand.
Yeah. And just understanding that, like, sometimes, like, a friend just want to cry. Sometimes a friend don't want advice.
Yeah.
Sometimes a friend just, no matter if they right or wrong, just vents it all out.
Yeah.
And I feel like, there was a learning experience for both of us.
Yeah, you didn't, in that moment, in that situation, you needed an ally, you needed a friend. You didn't need somebody to tell you what you needed to do. You just needed somebody to, like, can you ride with me right now? Like, let me ride. Like, just ride with me. Be there with me. And I, as a, I'm trying to be a protective bear, like, I was trying to protect. And then in the same situation, you can't, do that all the time. Like, protecting is riding and being there for that person. Protecting is listening. You know what I'm saying? And being, compassionate and loving. Not always like, I'm going to slap that person. You better not. It's really just listening and being there for their friend. So, I am probably the, cooler friend.
I'm the victim.
Right. Mimi, stop.
I'm definitely the victim.
Yeah. So to any friends out there, you can move forward. You can, reconcile. You can come back. It just takes two. It takes two people. You know what I'm saying? It takes two people, and give it time. Give it time. You know what I'm saying? Don't give up on.
Don't listen to others.
Do not, because other people. Let me tell you, other people are jealous sometimes of your friendship, And they'll try to do anything to stop it or to hinder y'all getting back together. And so you have to be like, you know what? You don't know, Ray. And you don't know what we had. You don't even know the situation. You know what I'm saying? And so you that preach. Amen. Amen, Ray.
Yeah.
You
No.
know what y'all had. That's even for relationships. You know what y'all had, and you know what made it strong. Fight for that. Don't worry about nobody else. Don't. You know what I'm saying? Fight for that relationship. Don't sit in there and let anybody destroy something that y'all already have that's strong and great. Okay, so I really am excited about doing just a little more. I know Ray is, but we really want to hear from you. We have some ideas for like a show, but we want to hear from you. What are some topics you want to see on here, Ray?
Yeah, and I won't talk about so much stuff. Really, today I was honestly thinking about how I live in DC. Jonathan lives in Atlanta. You get the comparison of both, especially about the like LGBT community, because they're both hot areas, especially for thriving Black people. I want to talk about body weight, image, color. Like I want to kind of talk about it all.
Yeah, me too. I definitely don't. I want it to be a place where it's going to hit some buttons. Not everybody's going to agree. So if you are my Facebook friend, let me go and put this out there. If you're my Facebook friend and you don't agree with this, please unfriend me. It's okay.
Amen. Amen.
It's a cutting off season. It's fine. But if you want to hear some good conversations, please send them in because I want to hear about everything. Like I want to hear, especially right now with Trump going to be. I want to hear about this. I want to talk about this. I want to talk about your fears and how you getting over this whole anxiety of Corona. Like, because I know, when it first started, I was like wiping doorknobs down, cleaning myself, my nose, everything. But what are you doing now to, deal with Corona? How is hookups now doing Corona? Because I know nobody ain't trusting nobody going to nobody's house right now, and you try to.
I ain't even thinking about that.
Right. Like, I want to know, how your Tinder get up? Because, are y'all just virtual meetups? Or, are you going over their house? I really want to know. So, send your topics in. You can send them to justalittlemore@gmail.com. Justalittlemore@gmail.com. We want to hear your perspectives. We want to hear what you have to say. Nothing's off the table. So, don't feel like you got to censor yourself at all. Please don't. And we're going to try to come to you guys every Monday, raise a whole professional, principal, elite, whatever, in DC. And, me, I'm down here just twirling, teaching the kids theater. And so, we're going to try our best during this quarantine time to be here every Monday. When we release it, we'll get back to you. But every Monday, we're going to try to be here for you guys with just a little more understanding, just a little more tea, and a whole lot of love.
A lot of love.
So you said it too. So thank you for tuning in for just a little more. We'll see you very soon.
All right, Jonathan, where's your glass?
Oh, cheers. We gotta do cheers at the end. Ooh. Mine hit harder.
The glass cheaper.